Hi everyone, I'm Clairina Elvina, and this is my 5-minute presentation for the R programming midterm project. For this project, I used the dataset from Gapminder that shows the percentage of internet users by country from the 1960s to 2023. I chose to focus on the year 2020 because it was a turning point globally. During the COVID-19 pandemic. Internet access became crucial for school, work, communication, so I wanted to explore how connected the world really was that year. First, I used the readxl package to load the Excel dataset into R. I then demonstrated my understanding of basic data types in R by creating a numeric value. I used 3.14, a character string of internet users, and a logical value true. I printed each one using print and pass to make the console output easier to follow. Then I created a complex data structures, a factor of years from 2000 to 2023, a matrix of sample internet usage values, and a list that combines all of them, including the full data set. I used str to inspect the structure of the list. This helped me verify what data types I was working with. Before analyzing, I converted the country column to a factor so I could group data easily later on. And I converted the 2020 column to numeric in case it had been imported as text. I calculated basic statistics like total, average, maximum, and minimum internet usage using sum, man, and so on, all with na.rm equals to true to ignore missing data. Then I filters for countries with usage above 80% to see how many had strong digital access. To make the data more interpretable, I created a custom function called categorize usage that classifies country into high, medium, or low usage based on thresholds. I applied this function with supply and created a new column called category 2020. This made it easier to group and visualize later on. I used an if-else block to analyze Indonesia's usage and printed whether it was high, medium, or low. Then I used a for loop to manually count how many countries fell into each category. This helped verify the breakdown from table and practice iteration. I also added a try-catch block to demonstrate error handling, simulating a variable error and printing a helpful message instead of crashing. I created a new data set called clean data by removing rows with missing values from the 2020 column. I reapplied the categorization and exported the clean version to Excel using Bright XLSX. This step shows that I can prepare a polished data set for others to use. Next, I explored the data using summary, which gave me the mean, median, min, and max usage values in 2020. This helped me understand the spread of the data. Then I filtered the data set to find countries with over 90% usage. These were mostly developed countries like Singapore, Denmark, and Netherlands, all strong in digital infrastructure. To understand the global breakdown, I used table to count how many countries were labeled high, medium, or low, and prop table to calculate the percentage. From this simple data analysis, this showed me that most countries were in the medium range and many had high usage and a few were still in the low category. So this demonstration, I can find the conclusion from the console here. From this analysis, I learned that the world was mostly connected, but there's still a noticeable digital divide. Countries in the high group were typically wealthier, while low usage countries were mostly developing, which highlights issues of access and inequality in the digital age. And for the visualization to support my analysis visually, I created 3 key plots, a histogram to show the distribution of 2020 usage, a bar plot of 3 categories, high, medium, and low, a rank bar chart of the top 10 countries by usage. So you can see the visuals over here. And these visuals make the data easier to communicate, especially to people without a technical background. In conclusion, through this project, I apply a full range of R programming skills from data structures and function to control flow, cleaning, analysis, and visualization. Most importantly, I used R not just to run code, but to tell a story about internet access and uncover real-world insights through data. Thank you so much for watching my midterm presentation. I hope it will be very knowledgeable and insightful.